going on, everybody? How's everybody doing this morning? It is a brand new day. We're ready for everything that this day is going to bring us. I think there's a lot of things we need to look at. There's people saying about different stocks, about ZOM. I did create a video. I think I'm going to be uploading it a little bit later. Let me just check exactly the time. We have 217 people in here. Make sure you hit that like button as soon as you get in here. Yes. I did see that I wanted to call this out. Where is it at? It's somewhere here. Is it Liquid Books that said something? I can't remember what it was. Before we start, I would like to point out a few things. One, no, Matt is not related to Tyler Perry. Two, yes, Matthew has a nice watch. Three, no, Matthew is not a financial advisor. I thought that was perfect. It was so funny. Once I seen it, I was like, I have to call it out. So thank you, Liquid Books, for saying that. There are probably a bunch of other points that I could say. You feel good about today? It definitely feels good. It definitely feels really good. I'm looking at so many different things. So you can see right now, and I know I just wanted to call this out right away, but OCGN is going absolutely crazy right now. 76% in the pre-market, another 76%. So look at this. It was 61% when it on Friday, 64% through the after hours, and then 75% in the pre-market. This is absolutely crazy. It's going ridiculous. And I really wanted to dive into that, because if I look at this and I say, what is it going to do when it opens up? With the amount of growth that it had in the last day and a half, it's been crazy. I think that this will sell off. How about them Buccaneers? Yeah, I try to tell people. I am a Saints fan, but I try to tell people that, you can't bet against Tom Brady, really. Everybody thought the Chiefs was going to have a crazy game. Yeah, OCGN does look spicy. That's one way to put it. Make sure you hit that like button, everybody. We got 420 people in here. Please get that, hit the like button. But it's crazy. Do you think after the short report tomorrow, AMC will skyrocket again Wednesday, like it did 2 weeks ago? It depends what the report shows us. Now, we know that AMC, the amount of short percentage is going up. This is what a lot of people are saying, what we are seeing, and the short interest is also increasing. So with that being said, if it's showing what we think we're going to see, then yes, the price will skyrocket. Now, for GME, we're still wondering whether that short percentage dropped down significantly or if they're still above 100%. If it didn't, then obviously we'll see that increase. So we're hoping that we see some good news with AMC, with GME as well. But right now, when it comes to the pre-market, everything looks great. AMC up 1%, GME up 10%, Fubu TV up 1%, OCGN up 76%, and ZOM up 17%. So these are going, well, two of them are really going crazy. GME looks really good as we start to get into it. What do you reckon about Naked, bro? Greetings from London. Oh, thank you for watching from London. That's amazing. But yeah, where's Naked? Do I have Naked here? So it is 6% up in the pre-market, which is always a good thing. I know it did have quite a bit of a sell-off on Friday, so that's not really what you want to see there. Let's increase this. So you have a 5-minute chart. It had quite a bit of a sell-off and closed a little bit low, 5%, and now it's up 6%. So basically getting back to where it started at. I believe it has some positivity in it. You can't really tell exactly what's going to happen until you get closer to the pre-market, or sorry, closer to the open. But yeah, I think it has some potential. It's just whether it has the volume or not. That's what all that matters. GVO. Do I have that set up? Like I've always said, I don't want to give people a crazy analysis that is quick and not thorough. But as I look at the 10,000, or I guess this is maybe a 1,000-foot view, just a couple of days, you did have that sell-off from here. I don't know about any of the news. You do see that it is a 2% increase in the pre-market. Friday had a 1% decrease, which is not bad. It's around flat, right? And it seems like it's staying close to flat for the pre-market. So you do have that 2%, which is 26 cents. But we just need to see how the rest of this pre-market handles. It's good to see that the 200 EMA is below the 50 moving average, which would indicate as it starts to separate that you'll see this price increase a lot more. So to see that is definitely a good deal, to see the 200 EMA underneath the 50 MA. So as we start to go through the day, we need to see exactly what it's going to do in the open here. But I think it does have some potential. It looks like it's mainly staying flat for the most part. So I don't want to get into too much there, but that's what I have for you. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. We have 689 people. Please hit that like button. Yeah, let me go back to what's popular right now. So yeah, let me show exactly what I wanted to show here. So for my account, this is my account. Let me go ahead and refresh this for a little bit. I don't want anything to show here. Exactly what happened. What happened here? Put in the wrong password. I wanted to show my account to show you exactly where I'm at, to show you that I'm still holding my positions, and I do have my price targets. So it's not that I have paper hands. I do have my price targets here. Let's go ahead and show you. So my positions right now, I still have 1,600 shares of AMC. I still have 100 shares of GME. This was supposed to be a short-term trade to where I would gain a couple $100s. And now I want to gain $2,000 because I've been holding it for so long. The time that I could have gained so much more money throughout that time of holding this that it makes no sense to gain $300 at this point. I feel like I need to be at that $1,200 mark, or $1,000 or $2,000 mark. So I set my goal for $96, which is good. I mean, because the pre-market shows that it is increasing. So I have no opinion on Doge. A lot of people are saying things about Doge. I have no opinion on Doge. But yeah, AMC, I'm still holding. That's at the most loss here at $4,000, which I believe will increase. Cost basis of $9.56. So I think these are solid holds. It's not anything to where it's crazy out of the norm. My cost basis for a GME is $76. So it's not that far off from where we are now. I think we're at like $70. So as long as I set a trailing stop or something like that, then I basically can get out. But I do believe that it is going to increase. I'm hoping that it will get to 100 today. Who knows exactly what will happen? Because if there is manipulation, then things might get might go south fast. We have 917 people in here. Please hit that like button. Thoughts on cannabis? I don't have any thoughts on cannabis right now. I will continue to look into it and see if I do have any extended thoughts, really. What is this? Sorry, I gotta check a lot of this stuff out. How's everybody doing? Is everybody still holding? Like, what's your positions looking like? Where's your cost basis? Do I invest in penny stocks? I don't really invest in penny stocks. I do invest in stocks that are below $5 by the definition. So yes, I guess I invest in penny stocks. But when it comes to physical penny stocks, as in it's going to be like 1 penny or 30 cents, no, I'm not someone that tries to invest in that because there's too much volatility, too much movement. Sometimes I'll see an opportunity that I can't pass up and I will invest in that. But most likely I'll invest in things that are not penny stocks by the definition of penny, not dollars. Anything below $5 is a penny stock. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Chad. I purchased 10 call option contracts for VGAC on Friday, strike price of $10 and expires January 16th. What's your opinion? Well, since you sent a super chat, I guess I should look at that VGAC. Now, this is going to be a quick analysis. Basically, I believe that I shortchange people that ask me for this. You said a call option for $10. A call option for $10 for. Let's look at the 10,000 foot view here. Or 100,000 foot view. 100,000 foot view looks like it is rapidly increasing. When did you set that call option? You said July 16th. July 16th is a long time away. Do you believe that it has some sort of news that's going to bring down this price? Now, I know the price is dropping significantly, right? And maybe that's due to popularity rather than any type of news. But you can see these large dips, but you do have these large increases over these last couple of days. And rapid increases always come with rapid decreases. But it does look like it's recovering. So as we start to look through this day, we really need to see what today is going to do in order to say whether it is going to hit that strike price of $10. Now, I'm not 100% familiar with options because I don't trade options a lot, but it does look like you have a lot of potential here, because with the rapid increase, I would say at least it's going to come back down to this $13 mark, but it's tough to say whether it's going to come down to $10, because before all this increasing, yeah, that's tough to say. That's really tough to say, because the only time it was below $10 was literally in the beginning of this long period. So setting a strike price for $10, I don't know, you might be stretching it there. I know it is out to July, but that gives a lot of room for growth and a lot of room to have those pop-ups, especially with a lot of popularity. So be careful with that. I feel like being at $18 right now, and yes, or not right now, but being at $18 of a high and being at $16 right now, it looks like the pullback can really only get to like 13, seeing how strong this is, strong at this level, at the $11 mark. So it really pulls back from the $12 mark, and at most, or at least, we'll come back to the $11 mark. So I feel like that might not be the best option, in my opinion, just looking at the chart. But if you see some other details that will bring it down, then that's a different story. Now we have 1,100 people in here. Please hit that like button. I know I ask a lot, but it does help out the channel. It helps it go out to more people. Let me know what everybody's shares are, what everybody's holding here. Are you holding specifically AMC and GME? What are you looking at here? Because I'm getting interested in OCGN with this rapid increase. It's looking pretty good. I just want to see a pullback, and the problem is that you're only really seeing this rapid increase over like a 1 day time span, which is crazy. Anytime you see a rapid increase, you're going to see a rapid decrease. So does Fidelity have trading fees? No, it does not have trading fees. It does not have trading fees. It's $0 commissions depending on what you're doing. But if you're just trading, then no, it does not. Basically, every brokerage account does not have trading fees. In order to compete at this time, you need to have no trading fees. So there's a lot of people saying AMC. I have 11 shares of AMC. I have 380 shares at $15. You have AMC and GME. AMC, you don't mess with GME. I understand. I totally understand. 20 shares at 1896. TRY, what's your opinion? When is a good time to take profits? I'll have to get back to you on that. I just want to see what everybody's holding here. 125 of AMC at $8.91. That's good. That's below my cost basis. Disney, is someone really interested in Disney? Disney has solid growth usually. I don't know what they're doing right now. AMC, should I buy more or lower my cost average? from $14. Yeah, I mean, if you feel like it's something that you can afford to lower your cost average from $14 down to whatever you can, yeah, then go ahead and do that, because then that brings your profit up, or hitting a certain price easier to hit to, like that makes it easier. So if you bring it down to $10, it makes it 10 times easier for you to, well, not 10 times, but you know what I mean. It makes it a lot easier for you to get to a certain profit target, or make more money out of it, or break even if you wanted to break even. So what's my opinion on ZOM? I do have a video that's coming out on ZOM. It is increasing since obviously I made that video in the pre-market, 17% up to $2.24, which is crazy. And like I said before with everything else, you see these rejection levels here. That obviously, it was great to see it surpass that so quickly. But it does have strength within, basically above $1. You can see it pull back and, resist and have support levels here at like the $2 mark. You do see the W here, right, which is going to indicate the price increase. And no way did I think that this price increase was going to be this much. So ZOM definitely looks really good. It's just with the rapid increase comes a rapid decrease. And that's what I'm thinking you're going to see towards the open. So whenever it does open or close to it, you're probably going to see a decrease in that, because people are going to sell off, right? They made their money from all the way down at like 30 cents, right? At like 15, 30 cents, or wherever they actually invested in that. And now they can sell it, at hundreds of percent gains. How do you see an average cost basis on Cash App? I don't know how you see it on Cash App. I'm not familiar with the Cash App platform, but I know on Fidelity it's right near all the information. So if I go in here and I go into Fidelity, I can see my cost basis. Here, remember where it is. I can see my cost basis right here. And it gives me, I hope you can see that actually. I think you should be able to see it. $9.56. Let me check my stream. Yeah, you should be able to see it. $9.56 and $76. So we have 1,400 people in here. Please hit that like button, get it above 400 likes. That would be amazing. Thank you for the $5, Dustin. Can you do a snapshot of TSNP? Also a call option gives the person the right to buy at $10 strike. So that poster, wait. See, this is where I get confused with options. I'm sorry that I may have confused people with that. But you have calls and puts, and Jesus. See, this is where I'm not familiar with options, and when people ask me things about options, I don't really like to give my full opinion on that. More into just everyday trading. So I'm learning more and more about options every day, but I don't think that I'll get into it anytime soon. It'll probably be something later. So thank you for saying that. So yes, whoever did say that, a strike price of $10, do I believe that that's going to be good? I guess yes, they would be winning in that case at $17. I was thinking the opposite route. Because where we were at, yeah, I think it's going to hold above that, well above that. So thank you for saying that. Also a snapshot of TSNP. I appreciate that, Dustin. That's where not being familiar with options actually comes in. So let's look at, this is one day here. This is interesting because you see these huge gaps here, and like I said, I mean, you do see these the separation from the 200 EMA from the 50 moving average, and you see these huge gap ups, which any short gap ups create a large decrease. So what do I think of this? I mean, it's hard to say with so little volume. Let's go ahead and look at the 1 minute of this with not with so little volume, with so little history. It really doesn't give me a ton to go off of. So within the 1 minute, you can see it actually has a little bit of volatility. does hit a high. I believe it will reject at this point. Obviously, if it did reject and come down that strong, it's going to continue to reject. But yeah, I mean, I can't really give a full opinion on this because it does have a lot of volatility, and literally from, let's go ahead and back up a little bit. Literally from a couple of days ago, you can see that it does have not slow increase, but sort of slower increase. I can't really gauge this at all. You have that huge gap up here, which we were seeing in the 4-hour chart or 4-hour candlesticks. But I can't really gauge this. I mean, I think it'll stay flat if you're looking to find a way to enter that price or where it's going to end up. I think soon it will come back up to this price and it will reject that price. But I can't really give a full opinion on this because, like I said, it would be shortchanging you, not giving you all of the information, that I do have. So this is all that I have when it comes to the chart. I don't really want to go into the news because then that'll be a little bit too much and take a little bit too much time. So thank you for the super chat. Thank you for calling that out with the calls, with the option that I talked about earlier. But yeah, Matt, my guy, just here to listen, become more of a fan of your knowledge. I appreciate that. J Tom 1985, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the super chat. I like the fact that I can just talk on YouTube and people do listen and take some of the information in. And again, it's not something where I have financial advice. It's not something where I'm giving you every single tip to make a trade at this point or at this point or at this point. It's not something like that. I'm here to just help you understand and know there is nobody that knows every single thing. And I don't know everything. So don't expect me to know about options. And there are people that are teaching me about options or teaching me about another indicator that I don't use in my strategy, because everybody has their own strategy to trade. Some people use different indicators here. And seeing some of the other indicators that I can use in order to implement into my strategy makes me a better trader. The same thing for everybody else. Makes you a better investor if you learn new things. So in my opinion, it's absolutely amazing what everybody's doing here. All of the positivity and, giving me any tips, because I give you tips, you give me tips. It's always great to see it go back and forth. No pants. Hey Matt, what are your thoughts on SNDL? I had thoughts on SNDL before, but don't really have thoughts on them now. Let me check something real quick. All right, sorry about this, guys. I just want to make sure that I have everything in place here. Can you look at the open? Yeah, once it opens, I can look at it. Thoughts on time? I'll add it to, is it something that is wildly popular right now? Justin, time? Justin time. I know what I did there. Look at that. Justin, and I'm looking up time. That's funny. That's a dad joke. Anything was a dad joke, that has to be it. I really don't have any thoughts on time. You see the 200 EMA over the 50 moving average, which is not a good thing. It has crossover, which means that you may see a little bit of a pop here, and that's what you are seeing in the pre-market. You're seeing it jump up from, what is it, 5% up. That's not bad. So yeah, I mean, my thoughts, let's look at 10,000 foot view. Does have that rapid increase in the last couple of days from $1.60 all the way up to $4 to where it sold off and dropped down to about that $3.60 mark, and then kept pulling down pulled down in the post-market, pre-market, and then even during the next day. But then after that, it started to level off, started to increase. But you do see that 200 EMA over or under the 50 moving average, which is always a good thing when you get to the more detailed look of things. So yeah, that's always good. But we have to see what it does in the open in order to really gauge what exactly will happen. But it is indicating that we are on an upswing there. So if we are on an upswing, then it's going to basically tell that the price will increase. We have 1,600 people in here. Please hit that like button, get it above 500 likes. Not 5 likes because it is above 5 likes. But yeah, that would be my opinion there. It does look pretty interesting though. There's a lot of great positions out here, and depending on what it can do in the next like hour or so, you're going to see a lot of positivity. I'm just giving, if no squeezes equal waiting 6 to 12 months post-pandemic. Just giving it this week. I don't know what that means. If no squeezes equal waiting 6 to 12 months post-pandemic. What are we talking about today? We're talking about a bunch of things, mainly AMC and GME, but we obviously have a lot of other things that are going crazy right now, like OCGN, which is going absolutely, it looks ridiculous. With the amount of increase that you're seeing over the last day and a half, it's crazy. And just day and a half by hours, not by like actual market day. So let's see what it does when the market opens, but it looks pretty interesting with all of the growth. I don't know if you'll continue to see the growth. It might come back, but we're gonna have to see. 1,700 people in here, continually growing. AMC is dead. I don't think AMC is dead, no. AMC is just taking a slow approach to things. We need to wait until Tuesday. These two candle wicks are getting in the way of me getting any type of information here, so I have to zoom in. That's basically, this makes no sense why they're doing that. Who keeps asking thoughts on open? What is open? Oh, that's not it. Copied the wrong thing. Wait. Don't move. Chat is moving too fast. Well, not moving crazy. Let's see. Let's quickly look at this. Like I said, I'm probably going to be shortchanging you here. It does look like you have pretty solid growth. If I'm looking at a 100,000 foot view and really trying to gauge this thing, you do see solid growth. It's not anything to where it was just flatlined for a while and then had massive growth out of nowhere. Those are always hard to gauge because you never really know exactly what's going to happen afterward. But you do see the growth here where it can create new highs, new lows. And create more new lows and then create a brand new high and see how that rejects that, see if it does pull back aggressively, which it does, but then you end up seeing a lot of positive trends in here. So it's good to be able to see this. Seeing this from a 100,000 foot view and seeing a lot of volatility here, a lot of movement is definitely a great sign of strength. So when I look at this as a 10,000 foot view, that's what I would say, or a 100,000 foot view. Now let's go ahead to the 1 month view, which will be a kind of a 10,000 foot. You can see that it does have a couple of points that it will reject, and it will drop down to a pretty low point, $23.92 of a low in this time period, which is not bad because you don't see multiple touch points there. You do see multiple touch points somewhere around the $25 mark, and then obviously more touch points when you get to the $26 mark. It's just and the $27 mark. So you can see that there are a lot of sell orders around the $28 mark. So if you do end up buying into this soon, you're going to see that the $28 mark is a form of resistance that they will have. But then the 27 $27.80 mark, I guess 28.50. The $27.83 mark, you can see there are a lot of buys. So I think this has solid strength. Do I think that it looks like you have a lot of crossover between the 200 EMA and the 50 moving average, which is a sign that it's really fighting the price, and it's whether it's going to decrease or increase. But you see a lot of volatility here, which means you have a chance to get in. For a long-term gain, I can say that it's something that you can look into. For something short-term, you really need to time this, which it's kind of impossible to really time the market completely. But if you do look at the RSI at this point, it is overbought. So you can figure out if you want to get in and get out, short your trades, buy long, whatever you wanted to do. But I do think this could be a buy short term and long term. It just really depends on how long you're holding it and what news we see during. So that's my opinion on it. All right, so it looks like GameStop is still up 10%, which is a good thing. Let's go to 1 day. So you've seen that it hit a high of 75. If you don't know, my cost basis is $76. I'm looking to gain $2,000 out of the deal, so it's going to be about $96 or so. I got to save this report. Give me a second. Yeah, so I'm really looking for that $96 mark. Hopefully I can get there. If I can't get there, then you'll see me add you won't see me add it, but I'll add a trailing stop. Yeah, no problem, Max. Thank you for asking the question. That gap will fill in. What gap? I don't know what you're talking about. Alexandru, do you ever do trading? That's mainly what I do. I really don't do any type of form of investing. Like, I'm not looking to I do have retirement accounts, but I don't do any form of investing. So when you see me do these, I will not say, oh, this is really, I'm going to invest into this for the long haul. It's going to happen over 2 years or a year or whatever. I'm looking to gain money probably that day. If not, then maybe the next couple of days. I really don't hold things overnight. I can tell you that this is the first thing that I've held overnight in quite some time. GME and AMC. We have 1,800 people in here. Please hit that like button. Get it above 2,000 people, and get it above 600 likes. That would be amazing. Let me go ahead and save this report here. All right, I think that's good. So does everybody have like a profit target? New to this stuff, what are we doing? Really, we're just looking at all of the price action for the pre-market, and we're looking for, who was I actually talking to there? I wanted to see Aviation Mayhem. Is that who that was? No, that wasn't. RJA Raja. Yeah, we're just looking at the pre-market prices for everything to see how the prices are moving, to see what we can expect. Hopefully we can see more of an increase. It looks like GME is starting to sell off a little bit in the pre-market, which is not really a good deal. You see this, let's see, let me draw a trend line here. It looks like you do have a lot of sells at the $70 mark, so you're going to see a huge resistance there. Not a lot of buys in the pre-market from what I see. Hopefully we can get some sort of volume here when it comes to buys. That would be amazing. But yeah, you're not really seeing too many touch points here. I mean, you are, but you aren't at the same time. But this, you see the descending price action here, which is not something we want to see. As someone that probably invested at lows or invested a little bit higher, you really want it to increase a lot more. But you do see that resistance level at $70. And is that good or is that bad? Obviously it's bad, because we want to see that price increase a lot more. So we have 2,000 people in here. Please hit that like button. Continue to drive the likes up. It's amazing to see what everything is doing. Sorry, that's my phone. What do you think about AMC? My thoughts about AMC is that it looks like it's kind of flat in the pre-market. I can't really show over here because of the large prices, the stop hunts that they have put in place. We're gonna see that this is kind of flat here. Even though you do see a little bit of volatility, it's just not enough to consider it actually volatile. You have basically $6 and I gotta move this out of here. $6.72 all the way up to the $7.15 mark, which is not a huge price increase, but hopefully we can see some positivity here. We're seeing more positivity with GME than with AMC. Not as much movement, which is crazy because AMC, you have a crazy amount of volume compared to GME, so the price should skyrocket, but that's not how that goes. Any new info on the short squeeze? I don't have any info on the short squeeze yet. We're supposed to be getting info tomorrow to where we'll know what the percentage is of both, basically of everything. And hopefully that gives us good news so that we can see this price increase, because that's what people are really waiting for. Maybe we might not see a spike in price today because the news might give people either bad news or good news so that they want to sell, or that they don't want to, or that they want to buy into it. But then again, you might see a price increase because people want to get in before the good news happens. So it just really depends. But all right, that's pretty funny. GME gonna rock it up, or AMC gonna rock it up? I believe it will. It just depends on what the news we have. And like I said, the buying action should be a lot more than what it is. You see a lot of selling action, strategically placed sells to where it brings the price down. But it sucks to see that. But I think it will increase. I'll be included. All right. So I know it's tough to take in all this information. We have 2,244 people in here. Hit that like button. Thoughts on MDLLY? What is that? It's something that moved a lot. Let's check a look at it. Let's take a look at it. Why does this keep moving? Stop moving. I'll put this up here. So it's my quick thoughts. I'm not going to give anything that's too crazy. This looks like it has a lot of fast movement. So this is a 1 minute chart. Let's go ahead and look at the 10,000 foot view. It has a lot of fast movement, and it literally stays around this. Maybe it has a slow increase from here. So you're going to see this $7.66 mark all the way up to about $9 to $10, and it looks like it has a steady increase here. Maybe a little bit bowed if I take out these kind of abnormal occurrences. You're going to see a little bit bowed here, which does have more of a decrease. If you're looking for something that's long term, no, but it does have these huge spikes, I would say. You have these really big spikes that you may expect to happen, every now and then. It looks like during the end of the day, usually. It's typically at the end of the day, and then you see these large decreases. So it's very volatile. You definitely can find a way to time it, but timing it doesn't always work. I wouldn't say that this is a long-term play. Right now, you see the 200 EMA over the 50 moving average, which is not a good sign of growth in my opinion, and in professional opinions. But you do see a large amount of sells around what? Around $200,000? Is that right? Is that right? You see a large amount of sales at $200,000 and at $51. That doesn't make sense to me. So this looks a little weird. This whole entire position looks a little weird. I'm sorry, but I don't have any true thoughts on that. Long term, I wouldn't say. Short term, I mean, you can gain something out of it if you figure out how to time it. But more red than green. It looks like you just have those large pop-ups out of nowhere. So that would be my opinion there. Hopefully that gives you something, but I wouldn't go into it. It was me, and I'm not going to go into it. I have 100 shares at 63 cents. It's currently at 75% pre-market. Your opinion, is this a short-term or long-term play? Thoughts? Thanks for streaming. Thank you for watching, Nathaniel. CTRM. I really want to try and stick on AMC and GME because that's the main purpose of this. A lot of people have a ton of positions in this. Well, if I look at the 10,000 foot view, you can see that it does have this rapid increase. It is pretty steady around here, around that 30-cent mark. It started to steady out over the last couple of days, around 30 to 40 cents, which had a really big push to this $1 mark. And then it had a large sell-off. And now it seems like it's steady around this, let's say 70 cent to 80 cent, or let's say a 60 cent to 70 cent mark. And that's where it looks like it holds firm. If you look at, you said you bought in 100 shares at 63 cents. Yeah, it looks like it's holding firm between that 60 cent mark and the 70 cent mark. So even though it does push up, and right now in the pre-market, it's up 12% up to 84 cents. So you do have a rapid increase there for the amount of shares that you have. Do I feel like it's a long play? Something that will increase dramatically there. I think it can be a long play. I just don't see any of the news that will dictate that it will be a long play. Yeah, that's what I would say in my opinion. But short term, definitely for what you have now, that's, you're gaining 20 cents out of it or 21 cents out of it by, selling off at 84 cents. So, you're gaining what, 30, 33, close to 40% increase there. That's crazy. That's really good. I would take that any day, so it really depends. If you would have put more money into there, then you would have had a larger increase, a lot more money going into it. But obviously it's tricky to see something that's at 63 cents and think it's going to hold. But it looks like it's holding between that 60 cent mark and that 70 cent mark for the last couple of days. Does this dictate what it will do for the future? Because it doesn't have a solid reputation of rejecting the 70 cent mark or rejecting the 60 cent mark. So it's definitely difficult to look into, but I would say it's more of a short-term play than a long-term play. Let me know your guys' opinion. Is anybody else interested in that position, CTRM? Already have that. Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, so I really want to, the program that I'm using, Hired Gun, the program that I'm using is Webull. This is the Webull 4 platform. If you go to the first, it's one of the links down in the description. I don't know which link, but it's one of the links down in the description. If you click that link, you can sign up for Webull and get free stocks, and then you can use that platform. This is the loudest vibration, but I guess it's needed because I need to know when someone's going to contact me. So sorry if you hear that, but yeah, it's Webull. It's an amazing platform. I would say that I would give this, out of every platform that I've used, I would definitely give this a 10 or an 11 out of 10. Thoughts on Blackberry? Blackberry grew a lot on Friday, I believe. Let me see where my popular stocks are. Blackberry grew a lot on Friday, and it is up 4% in the pre-market. It did have a rapid decrease because it jumped up to $28, which everybody was concerned about. There are a lot of people that may have invested into Blackberry at this point, bought at this point, and really caught it going downhill, which sucks. It really sucks. Please move my phone. Is it that loud? I don't want the vibration to be that loud. All right, I just turned the volume up. So let's see how that works out. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to Blackberry, you caught it going downhill, and obviously seeing the 200 EMA over the 50 moving average is not a good sign, but it's starting to come back, and once it does cross, you're going to see the ability to push up. Now you do see a massive amount of sells. I thought I took that off. What the hell is going on with this phone? Sorry guys and gals. I don't know what's going on, so I'll put something here to stop it from vibrating too much. But I have to be able to know what's coming up on my phone. So sorry. Cancel. So yeah, basically when it crosses, it's gonna say the price is gonna move up. But you do have a number of sell orders going in at $13.90. You have a couple of buy orders going in at $13.80. So you have a lot of movement and really fighting at these $13 levels. So I would imagine you're going to see somewhat of an increase today as well, especially since we are probably bottoming out here. It's starting to cross. Let's see. Let's look at this. AMC volume high. Graph is flat. Doesn't mean that most of the volume is in the hands of the hedge funds and they push between themselves. That could be. I can't really predict exactly what's happening. I know I've heard of this, right? They're obviously doing these ladder attacks, and I don't know if it's 100% true because I've tried to look up a lot of information to get an understanding of it, and everything that I have is more recent. So that could be a possibility, and they could be hiding any type of evidence or definitions behind anything like that so that it always remains with them. It could be a possibility, but the volume is definitely high, and I would say part of this might be retail traders as well for AMC, because once something happens, maybe the hedge funds have a way of pulling back any type of price action, and then once people see it pull back, they start to get scared and they sell. Even though a lot of people say they have diamond hands, they start to sell, and I understand that. You can do whatever you want with your money. It's your money. But yeah, I mean, that could be a portion of it. But I think the retail traders are also doing something to affect this price action as well. Thoughts on Mavis? I did see Mavis do big moves today, and I will get into that a little bit. Thank you, Steve Mark, for the super chat, by the way. I did see them have big moves. I haven't really looked into it, but I will bring it up and I'll talk about it after I address another super chat here. Hey, even if they keep destroying the stock, once they have to start buying their shorts back, won't it drive the price of share? Yeah, it will. It will drive the price of shares back up. But the thing is if they were covering at this time, if they were, as the price was going lower, they were covering it and just accepting a lower loss rather than it going up, means that, the part of the price action may be just driving the price up a little bit, and they're covering it, or they're buying back at sparing time. So maybe every hour or every 2 hours or whatever. And then they're covering all of that and they're taking their losses. So that could be a thing. I mean, the fact that they still have a crazy amount of open shares or open shorted shares, that could be a thing, but I'm not 100% sure. We have to wait until Tuesday to see, or tomorrow, to see exactly what's going to happen, and hopefully it's good news for us, because then if they still have a large amount of shorted shares, then we can basically say that this squeeze is going to happen for AMC. So it really all depends. It looks like we had a pretty big squeeze for GME, but AMC, we really didn't have that large squeeze, right? We had a pretty decent pop, but not a large squeeze. But yeah, Mavis looks pretty dang good over the last couple of days. To see that price action that way looks amazing, and then to see those slight pullbacks and then the increases is definitely a great sign that it's going to continue to increase this way. This looks really good. This looks really good. whether you do see this price action here. You see a couple of touch points here, but I'm going to touch it at the, I can't move this. You know what, let me trash that. Let me add another one right here. But you do see that, I don't see a bunch of touch points. I guess I see a bunch of positive touch points here. Well, the point is that you do see a lot of great price action here, which you see the rapid increases. And typically when you see a rapid increase, you see a larger decrease or a large decrease, but you are creating new highs, new lows, new highs, new lows, right down here, a new high, a new low. So it is increasing a lot. It looks like it has a lot of potential right here from basically that $6 mark and doubling in price. Looks amazing. It looks like it could stay steady. I haven't seen any point to where it is going to steady out. Maybe it is receiving a lot of hype from a ton of people, but there's even like this huge amount of buy options or buy limit orders. There we go. I was blanking for a little bit for $12.10 and $12. So you're going to see a lot of movement, even if it does come back to $12. You're going to see a bounce off of that $12 mark or $12.10 mark. So it's going to be really good. I think you'll still see quite a bit of movement up today, even into tomorrow. Let's see. I want to see to a point to where it levels out. That's what I want to see. So Mavis looks amazing. Looks really good. Wow, separation from the 200 EMA. If I had a 15 moving average, you would see a lot more separation coming with the actual price action here. But just using the 50, you can see that it is going to take off. It's moving away from that 200 EMA. So it's crazy. This is my second super chat. Can you please check out WMD? Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. I don't really see all of them, but let's look at this one. Like I said, I do want to stick to the more hype stocks that everybody's into, all of the shorted stocks that they talk about. So let's look at the last 5 days. It does look like it has a rapid increase over the last 5 days. I always get weary around these like scent stocks that a lot of people pull up. I think this is it, WM. Yeah. But yeah, for some reason I thought this was WebMD. But yeah, it does have a lot of movement upward, very quick movement upward, basically 12 o'clock, let's see, all the way to 13, all the way up to 1 o'clock. Okay, so it does have a lot of great movement here, and it looks like it's holding firm around this price. But looking at all of these that have that rapid movement, it's really just to gain something out of it short term. I don't believe this is a long-term play, and I don't know any news. So if I did know news, then it would probably give me a better understanding of exactly what's going on here. But yeah. There's a change to. Give me a second. When it comes to this, I believe that this is a short-term play, not a long-term play. We have 2,700 people in here. Please hit that like button, get it above 1,000 likes. Again, I really want to stay at GME and AMC, but let's continue to look at these. If they're low price, it looks like it does have solid movement. 200 EMA is below the 50 moving average, and you have a lot of fighting between this mark here. So the let's move it down. So the $13 mark down to the $11 mark. So you don't really see that it's going to push below that for the last couple of days. And you do have some sort of increase here. And also when you look at this rapid increase, you are going to see a rapid decrease, which you did see, and it may stay steady around this $15 mark with a slow increase. But either way, it is separating from this 200 EMA line. So it may be more of a longer term play, not just intraday, but you can gain something out of it because it looks like the main trend is up on this. That would be my quick analysis of GILT. So let me quickly read this email while Let me bring up AMC here, or you know what, GME. Oh, it's down to 5%. So it is increasing, or it is decreasing and leveling out here. This looks crazy. Yeah, it is decreasing and leveling out. You do see a low of $67, a high of $75.80. Hopefully we can see that increase here. We have the 200 EMA over the 50 moving average, which is not really a good deal. Okay. All right. So yeah, let me know what everybody else is thinking when it comes to all of this stuff. We have 2,800 people in here. Please hit that like button. We're almost at 1,000 likes. That would be amazing if we do get there. Bitcoin, I'm not really, it almost hit 45K. That's crazy. It's crazy. Elon is back. What's your thoughts on BB? I did go over my thoughts on BB. It is up 5% in the pre-market, but it did have a massive drop over the last couple of days, right? So as we started to really look at this, you see it starting to increase. Friday looked really good, and then the pre-market looks really good, and it looks like the 200 EMA is underneath the 50 moving average, which is always a great thing to see that separate. But we may see a little bit more of a pop here. It just sucks that we, if we look at the 1 month chart, you see how it hit that $28 mark, and then a lot of people got caught in this portion and really hit downhill. And now we're starting to see that increase. It started to cross over here. We're starting to see that increase to where it bottomed out, and it was getting a little bit oversold. And now we're starting to see that increase from that $11 mark all the way up to the $14.94 mark. So it definitely looks like it might be in the cards. It just depends where you bought in at, or if you're looking for an entry point. Manipulation of Elon Musk. Yeah, I mean, he does have manipulation just by sending a tweet. I feel like he really moves the needle when it comes to that, in my opinion. We have 1 hour until the market opens, so hopefully we see some positive news there. Someone with a super chat, please tell. Where's that? Someone with a super chat, please tell this man Elon Musk just popped 1.5 billion into Bitcoin. He did? That's crazy. Not like, just putting money into there is like a whole nother level. Talking about it is something that he would normally do, and you would see it pop. So that's crazy. And he actually did buy 1.5 billion. That is crazy. Please check OCGN. OCGN is up 61%. It's been moving. Oh, wow. That's dropping down, isn't it? You see that wide range candle bar. That's crazy. So it is making a move down from that $9.65 mark, which I knew that $10 or close to $10 was really a point of resistance, and people are going to sell off. Once you get into the open, I think you're going to see it sell off a little bit more, and you see the 200 EMA coming down, or the 200 EMA starting to cross. It's on the verge of crossing the 50 MA, which is not good. What oversold is? What does it mean? Basically means that we're at a point to where it's being, I don't know how to explain this. So oversold is kind of an easy definition because it's kind of in the name, but it's being oversold, which means that a lot of people are are interested in buying it. So it gives you a point or a low point to where you can buy into it and drive that price up, or it basically indicates when the price is going to turn in your favor. If I had to give my a broken down definition of it. But yeah, oversold or overbought. Really, if you look at the RSI, you can see anything that's over 30 or anything that's under 30 will be oversold. Anything that's over 70 will be overbought. So you see any of those, you really know when it's going to take a turn, and that's exactly what you're seeing here. So you can see right here, it's being oversold, right? And you see the price turning, the price taking a leap back up because people are interested in it. Once they see that happen, a lot of times people will buy into it. So that's what it means. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Can you tell me some places to begin to learn trading? So if you're learning to trade, I definitely would recommend some trading books just to understand terminology, because that's the first place that you want to start. You need to understand what you're looking at when it comes to these candlesticks. What's the best indicator for you to use? What are all the indicators, and why should you use those indicators? So I think the best bet, I have a book in my store if you want to check out in the description. It's How to Day Trade for a Living by Andrew Aziz. And they also have it on Audible. So if you want to listen to it, then you can. Sorry, I want to address that then. So I've got to make sure that this stays here. Oh, man. Oh, no. All right, hopefully I can remember that person said that. But yeah, those books, there's two books, How to Day Trade for a Living by Andrew Aziz, and also How to Day Trade for a Living Advanced, I can't remember what it's called, Advanced Techniques or something. And that's the second book. And it really goes over a lot of the things that you learned in the first book, but then also gives you more advanced techniques and things that you should build into your strategy as well. So it definitely has a lot of great points to it. I wouldn't say that you have to use all the platforms, but it does teach you the real way to start trading, because trading is a job and investing is something that's looked at as a long-term solution, something that you want to gain maybe retirement income off of or something like that. So yeah, I would definitely recommend reading books on trading, because there's a difference between trading and investing that a lot of people don't understand. Yes, I will stay live for 30 minutes after the market opens to see what's happening there. But then after that, I'm going to stop streaming, but then I will stream probably afterwards if something crazy happens. So maybe at like 4 o'clock or 4:30 or 5 or something like that, depending on what actually happens. So I will stay live when the market does open. Congrats on 100K. Is that what someone said? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. ZOM does look pretty good, 17%, but OCGN dropped. It was at 70% increase, and now you see the 200 EMA actually cross over the 50 moving average, which is not a good sign. Not really a good sign. It's going to continue to go down. It's still showing that it is overbought. And the price, like I said, this doesn't always indicate exactly when it's going to come up. And maybe it won't, and maybe this will adjust. And you could see that even though the price is getting lower, and you would think, oh, you know what, it's being overbought, and it's gonna this overbought line is going to continue to get lower. No, it's going to readjust itself and say whether it is being overbought at that level or not. What is the level that it's actually at? 26 versus 28. So anything below 30 is considered overbought. Or oversold, sorry. I've been saying the wrong thing. Check trade Twitter, explain the $20 calls for Friday the 12th, please. Well, the $20 calls for Friday means that it's just going to get over that $20 price, and I believe they have $2.1 million included in that. So that means that they know something that we don't know. Are we going to see a crazy increase after, you know, tomorrow? If we see something tomorrow and we see day after day after day to where it does increase and it doesn't get to that $20 call price, and obviously they lost out on a ton of money there. So I think that somebody knows something that we don't know when it comes to AMC, and this is why a lot of people are holding, you know. So hopefully that comes true. But in the pre-market right now, it looks like we're down 0.29%. We have 3,000 people in here. If you could hit that like button, maybe get it above 1,100 or 1,200, that would be amazing. But yeah, that would be my opinion on what's actually happening with AMC, especially with that $2.1 million call option. No need to panic. Yeah, I'm not panicking. I'm not panicking at all. I'm holding AMC. AMC is something that I'm comfortable with, whether I lose it or I gain some money on it. GME is something that I do not want to lose that money. I would rather take the profit that I could get because it was supposed to be a quick profit, and I made one mistake and didn't gain the profit that I should have because I got greedy. So yeah, you're dumping AMC today. Yeah, if you dump AMC, someone said don't buy more. If you dump AMC, you need to figure out what's the best strategy. If you feel like the best strategy is to dump it and just rebuy, then you know you can do that, but that's not really telling you anything. It's going to tell you what the gain is for that day, but your overall loss for the year, you're still going to see the same amount whether you sold it or bought it. Software recommendations for stock scanning. They have a good screener here. I mean, it's not the best with this screener, but I really like Fidelity screener, and then you can also use some of the free ones that are online. I think it's FinViz that you can use. That's a pretty good one. But it depends what you're really looking for. A lot of the stock screeners can't give me the stuff that I'm looking for, so I always have to go into a regular screener and then go into Yahoo Finance, I believe, and pull the information that I need, because I'm always looking for the price action from the highest to the lowest to see what it moves, so that I can invest at that point or trade at that point and be able to gain $1 or $2 or $3 throughout the day. I want to see how many dollars it moves throughout the day. That's what I'm looking for. Have I heard about Tesla buying BTC? I haven't heard about that. I have not heard about that at all. I'm not really someone that's really into Bitcoin that much. So yeah, I don't know. That's into cryptocurrency. I'm not. Do you do any cryptocurrency? No, I don't. Will you stay live until the market opens? Yes, I will. Yeah, I believe there was a 2.1 total $1 million call option, right, for AMC, right? And that was at $20 on the 12th. I believe that was the case. Let me know if I'm wrong with the amount, but I believe it was a call option for the 12th of 2.1, a total. Is that right? I mean, I can look it up. Not really seeing anything. Can I explain RSI? I can bring the definition up. It's really tough to, there's a whole calculation for it, but there's a great video on it. So here's some key takeaways from RSI. The relative strike index is a popular momentum oscillator developed in 1978. The RSI provides technical traders signals about bullish and bearish price momentum, and it's often plotted beneath the graph of asset price. The asset usually considers overbought when the RSI is above 70% and oversold when the price is below, or when it's below 30%. So yeah, RSI is very, there's a great video on it on YouTube, and when I first got into this, it was definitely something that I needed to hunt down and understand. And it's amazing to look at, but the problem is that a lot of people take this as the truth when it comes to RSI. They take it as the truth, and they look at this and say, oh, you know what, it's being oversold, let me go ahead and buy in, when a lot of times it may be a false depiction of being oversold, right? So that's where I look at it and go, okay, what could be a false point? I have to put so many different factors into it. Why is it being oversold at that point, or oversold at that point, or overbought, right? I look at it and say, okay, let me look at the prices where we're at and what's the next resistance level. Let me look at a lot of other things in order to do this. So yeah, I don't understand. Well, yeah, where it's tough. We have 3,000 people in here. Please hit that like button. But yeah, I mean, as we start to get in here, I'm trying to read so many different things. What's the name of the stock viewer? That's Webull that I'm using, the Webull 4 platform. Link in the description where you can get free stocks if you sign up using my link. Also deposit $100, and that's where you'll get your free stocks. But you can download this platform for free. Doesn't cost anything. If you do want to add on the level 2 on knowing at what points they have the size of the price, where people are putting their limit orders in, then you're going to need to pay a little bit extra, or pay something. For Webull, the platform, though, you do not need to pay anything. So yeah, we have 3,000 people in here. Please hit that like button. We got 1,276 likes. It's amazing. You guys are amazing. AMC isn't broken. GME is. You think GME? Where do you think GME is actually? Nolan, you said AMC isn't broken. Let me know your opinion, and also let me know what you think GME is at. Do you believe that that's completely broken to where it's going to go back to the original price? Amazon, Netflix will buy AMC. I mean, I don't know. That would be interesting if they did. I heard something about everybody keeps saying that Amazon is going to buy AMC, but I didn't see anything on that. I don't know what they're talking about. I sent a super chat. Aaron, when did you send a super chat? Is the like button going to dump today? I hope not. I hope that we see a large increase in the amount of people hitting the like button. What do you think about IPOE? I don't want to get into that right now. Maybe I should. I don't know. Thanks to you and your family for helping us through this. Yeah, that's what I'm here for. I mean, I want to help you through this, but remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm merely just a guy on YouTube. Jeff Bezos does need to do it and buy AMC, because then the stock price will skyrocket. Or Elon Musk. He's buying up everything now. Yeah, but thank you for the super chat. Thank you for watching. I appreciate everybody that does watch me and does communicate through the chat. Everybody's amazing, asking all the questions. And again, there's a lot of things that I could learn, especially about long-term investing, because I'm not really a long-term investor. I'm more of a trader at heart, and that's what I love to do. So all of the people that, give me some sort of information on investing or even options, because I wasn't really a fan of options. Well, it looks like AMC just jumped a little bit, but I wasn't really a fan of options. And to see a lot of people give me, some information here, some help in understanding exactly what's happening with these options and how they affect the price. That's amazing. Like I said, I'm more of a trader at heart. I love playing the pullback method. Matthew, I got 1,400 shares of AMC at $12. Is it likely that I profit in the short term? Can't afford to lower the cost average. $12 is not bad. I would say if you're up in the $15 mark, I mean, with how it's looking, it doesn't look like it, but with all of the information, it looks like we have the potential to push $20, $25. But $12 I think is a good cost average. That's reasonable, right? Short term, it depends what your definition of short term is. It may be this week, or it may be next week, but I believe this price is going to, spike. But again, like I said, I have to say it's not financial advice. If you feel as though your money is in danger, you can't afford the money that you have in there, then please don't just invest with it. And please, I understand you may be taking a loss, a pretty substantial loss, $1,400 every dollar that you lost. So you look at it at, let's say, $7, then you basically lost like $5,000, $6,000. You're down quite a bit. So yeah, lowering the cost average really isn't in the cards, but I believe this price is going to come back for AMC. It's just going to take its time. It looks like it's a slow increase that they will have. They are up 0.5 or 0.6% in the pre-market, which is not substantial, but GME is up 7%, which wasn't part of your question. So sorry. Why no trailing stops on Webull for GME? What are you talking about? Why no trailing stops for Webull? If I was doing it order. Oh, there we go. They have a trailing stop. You can put a trailing stop. I didn't put a trailing stop in Webull, but in Fidelity, I didn't put a, wait, let me see. Thing for GME. There's a trailing stop. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. But I didn't put a trailing stop on my Fidelity account because that's where I invested from. But yeah. So yeah, we have close to 30 minutes, I guess, 40 minutes until the market opens. 41, really. We have 3,186 people in here. Thank you everybody for watching right now. Please hit that like button if you could. I'm down 4K on AMC, but I'm holding. However, how long will it take to go positive? Like I said, I think this week, wait, you said you're holding what, 4K? At what point? At like $15, $14, $11, $10, $6? Because if it's $6, then obviously you're positive right now. $4K down. I'm trying to think of exactly where that would be. Your 4K down. There could have been a number of things that could have happened with a certain amount of shares or different price that you invested in. So yeah, it'll take a little bit. I think right now, if you needed an understanding of where I'm at and where I believe it's going to be, I'm at the I'm at $9.56. The current price is basically at $7, right? So I believe it's going to get there. Hopefully with good news on Tuesday. Hopefully we have really good news on Tuesday with the amount of shorted positions and also the short interest. That would be amazing. But sometime this week, I definitely see a pop, as long as that's good information and not bad. OCGN was at 70% earlier this morning when I started, but it did have quite a bit of a pull down. and it didn't really look good, but it is starting to make its way a little bit back up. You see that the RSI did adjust itself as you started to, you know, taper off and, you know, flatten out. So yeah, OCGN looks pretty good, 58% up at this point. It was 61% up in the after hours, and also 60% up in, you know, on Friday. So it's been moving. It's been making quite a bit of a move. Here we go. So yeah, does anybody have like a profit target today or a profit target in general? Because I understand the thought of diamond hands, but diamond hands means that if the price is going down, it doesn't mean, you know, that you go ahead and sell it, because you need to hold on to it, because you are going to make a profit. That's really what diamond hands means. People mistake what the movement actually means, as in like hold on to your shares for dear life. No, it's hold on to it until you're comfortable with your profit. You can sell your shares, sell a portion of your shares, and then buy back in if you wanted to. But either way, definitely realize a profit. It's about getting the upper hand on the hedge funds, not, you know, just making them lose money and destroying your life as well. Design, bro, 200% from. Wow. Let me take a look at it. Wow, that has huge gap ups. So it's basically 8% in the free market. Wait, what are you talking about? You're saying that it's, I don't know what you're talking about here. Where is it going from $5.60 to 18? I mean, I see it making a move upward and continues to make a move upward, which it has these kind of massive sell-offs which even out. But the last day has been a large increase, which you've seen a big gap up. You're going to see a sell-off here. There's no way that you're not going to see a sell-off here. And it's not going to be a crazy sell-off. It does have an upward trend, but you are going to see it pull back a little bit. So I don't know if I could say that's going to $18 right now. Maybe in the future, but it just has like the push to that was very recent. I hate seeing all of this recent information because I can't really rely on trends here or history. History usually dictates how the future will go, so it makes no sense to me, you know, the fact that it did have this large increase. And yeah, it looks really positive unless there's a ton of news that happened, and sometimes I may be missing that. I don't know, but the current price is 508. You do have a wall at 540, or no, you have a price increase at 540. You have a lot of buys at 530. Not really too many sells, actually. So you might be right. You might see a ton that comes in when the market opens here. But I think you're also going to have a lot of sell-offs as well. We'll see. I mean, you have a lot of points to where sells are actually winning in this case. So we'll have to see. But yeah, look, it looks interesting. It's just the fact that since it is so recent, it makes it really difficult to take in. So we have 3,200 people in here. Oh, yeah, I did see that. So let's go ahead and look into this. So Reddit, where is it at? So Reddit apparently had a 5-second Super Bowl ad, which, I mean, it had a lot of words to it, so you had to like pause it to screenshot. But basically, this was it. You know, that's crazy that they would have this, and I don't know if that will bring up the price. I thought that maybe that would create a lot of traction, seeing that they did have a Super Bowl ad in this. But that's crazy, right? Anybody else agree that that is ridiculous that you would have an ad during the Super Bowl? That must have cost a lot of money. Whew. Stock price of 500 shares, $10. So yeah, this is. Let me see. 40 cents. Stop losing or burn it. Okay. Stop panicking. I'm not panicking. I don't know. You're probably talking to somebody else in the chat. We got 3,100 people in here. Could you hit that like button if you have a chance? What did the ad say? Wow, this actually worked. The message began. One thing we learned from our communities last week is that the underdogs can accomplish just about anything when they come together around a common idea. It read, clearly referring to the stock market manipulation. Powerful things happen when you rally around things you really care about. And there's a place for that. It's called Reddit. The message concluded. This is crazy to see that, you know, you had this large message here. I don't want to go to Twitter. I'm not a Twitter fan. I have a Twitter, but I don't really use it that much. I should use it. But yeah, don't you think that any type of hype here, so if you do have that ad, that 5-second ad, even though people couldn't really see exactly what happened, you could clearly see that it was from Reddit. So just seeing that it was Reddit really brings up, it's probably going to bring up the stock price. I believe a lot of people are going to get into this, right? Almost 1 million in costs. Wow. Just for a 5-second ad. But I would imagine it drew a lot of attention. I mean, especially with the fact that it was probably so fast that people couldn't read it. They probably had to go back and like see exactly what was going on. And most people pay attention to the ads more than they do the game. Even though, you know, I guess I was right about Tom Brady, and I can't wait to rub it in everybody else's face. I'm not a Tom Brady fan, to let you know, because, you know, I didn't like the Patriots, but now I'm cool. I'm cool with him because he's proving Bill Belichick wrong and showing that he's a great quarterback. Hedge funds bought time on GME and AMC waiting for hype to die down. Squeeze will take weeks/months. Will you be live streaming tomorrow, reacting to the new amount of short squeezes of AMC? Yeah, I will be live streaming tomorrow. Now, I don't know exactly when that information is supposed to come out, what time, but I don't know if I'll be able to react to that if the time doesn't fit my schedule. But I will make sure to live stream sometime during the day and give my opinion. But the only thing is, like, if the price goes up like crazy and I'm not live to see it, then obviously you're going to see me react to it after the fact. And also let you know if I did sell any positions or where I'm actually in at and or what's going on there. So it's definitely going to be an interesting day. Hopefully we get some good news out of it. And I think we will. I think we will. Especially for AMC, I think we will. GME might be another story, but AMC, I think we definitely will get quite a bit of good news out of it. We still have 3,000, basically 200 people in here. I would love to get that to 3,000 or 2,000 likes. Be amazing. GME at 69 pre-market right now. Go to popular right now. GME in the pre-market was at $75. Oh, it's now at 69. Yeah, it was at $75, which was absolutely amazing to see it get to, because if you don't know, my cost basis is 76. I would love to see it get to 100, because one, if it does get to 100, I win a bet saying that it will get to 100 by March, which I believe it definitely will. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But yeah, I can't wait to see this price skyrocket with that news on the Super Bowl ad. I feel like that's going to give it a lot of a push. A lot of a push. Great English, Matt. Great English. Where'd you learn it from? I don't know. It looks like it's pushing up right now. Somebody's asking. I appreciate the super chat. I'm going to check into it. VGAC. Hopefully it's not a penny stock, because I've been getting a lot of these pennies. But if it is, then whatever. All right, so it looks like it's fighting that right now. You have a firm wall at $70.16, and a lot of buys at $69. So, and then you also have a wall at $69.99. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of fighting right here. Oops. So this costs $16. It was down 9% on Friday. It's up 3% in the pre-market. As I look at this, a couple of times it's been overbought, oversold. You do see the crossing from the 200 EMA to the 50 moving average, which is not really a good thing to have that over at any moment, but it does look like it's starting to creep under it and starting to separate a little bit, which from history, I guess, is an indication of the price increasing as time goes on. With this big pop here, though, that's probably a little bit of an abnormal situation. Let's look at 1 month. 1 month, you do see a little bit of volatility. It's way better than seeing just like flat lines here and not seeing any volatility. So I love to see that. You do see a lot of the increase here, and then it starts to sell off a little bit. This is all recent. And it looks like it does have a slow moving uptrend here. So it does have this large, big picture of a double bottom here. So trend line. It does have a big picture of a double bottom here. An ascending double bottom, which means that after you see that continuation of the double bottom, that's where you're going to see the price increase. Means that it's pushing below, or it's fighting this low point to aggressively pass the high point, if that makes sense. But with this price action here, you do see a large sell-off from $18 all the way down to about $15, $15.70 or so. And then you do see a little bit of a price increase. So I am going to expect that this does continue to go up, just depending if this is the actual bottom of this valley. It looks like it might be, because you are seeing an increase of maybe $1 or so. So I see positive trends, especially with the fact that this is opening up so far. It means it's really separating away from the 200 EMA. I love that. So that would be my analysis of VGAC, just looking at the charts, not looking at any news or any type of extra detail there. Give me a second. So yeah, thank you for the super chat, Smitty fan. Thank you. I know this is about AMC and GME, but can you look at WPRT? I mean, sometimes I appreciate looking at some of this stuff. Sometimes I really want to focus on AMC and GME, but I will look at this. Just got a big order from Amazon for a natural gas powered truck. Trying to get in at $8.70. So yeah, let's check this out. $8.70 is what you're trying to get in at. Oh, it did have a large push up. Was that because of the news here? Was that the reason why that you said? This is a large increase from a low of $8.64 all the way up to $13.64. Now this is very tough to say because it happened at the end of the day on Friday into the post market, but then it looks like it flattened out, and you do have a little bit of sales, a little bit. It looks like it's fighting it really. You have a number of buys around that $12.86 mark and a number of buys around $12.83. It looks like you have more buys than sells, so I don't know if this price is actually going to decrease. You see the 200 EMA above or below the 50 moving average, which means that you're going to continue to see that price increase typically. But right now it is saying that it is being oversold, but it is adjusting itself, bringing it back down probably below 70%. So as I look at this, I don't know if you're going to get in at that price at $8.70. If you do see it drop that low, then definitely get in. But it all depends what buyers and sellers are doing. If they sell off, which you see a lot of buys at these higher tiers, which means that you're probably going to see that price increase a little bit. So hopefully you can get in. I don't see any ability to actually get in here. You do see some sells around $12.95, but you see a lot more aggressive buys here than sells. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But it does look interesting, even though it does have just one huge push basically in one day. Hopefully you can get in at the price you want. We have 3,000 people in here. This cord is long. We are seeing aggressive push from AMC right now. It looks aggressive because the axis on this is pretty small. Oof. Let's see. So AMC is up 1%, which is definitely a good deal. 1.4%. You do have GME that's up, basically up to $70. That's amazing. I love that baby. It's pushing up. I don't know if you can hear my child upstairs. I love her and all the noises that she makes right now. But yeah, I don't know if you can, if you see this here, it looks like we need that 200. This is more of a long-term indicator. So we don't really need the 200 EMA to push over or to push under the 50 moving average, but you do see a lot of price action here. It's really pushing up. I don't know how high it'll push up. I don't know if it'll continue, but we shouldn't. I don't believe we should see a sell-off. It is a little bit higher than what people could have invested in at these low points of $59. Close to when it closed. So you could see something here, but you did see an aggressive sell-off here. So right here, you see an aggressive sell-off all the way down here, and it was being oversold. And now we're starting to see this increase here to where it's kind of being overbought here. So let's continue to, look at this. But it's pushing up to $71 here, really fighting back. You have a lot of, it's really going to push back at that $72 mark, $72.50, $72 and yeah, it's really going to push back at the $72 mark. Actually, there's a lot of people buying at that point. So you're really pushing that price up with the amount of buys. So yeah, that looks amazing. Moving up a lot. Moving up a lot. Quick question that I don't know about. They can't pause anything in the pre-market, can they, if it moves up aggressively in the pre-market? I don't know that. Yes, Icarus, I do like to say pushing up because it is pushing up. It's either pushing up or pulling back. Sometimes I get confused and I'll say push down, but it's pulling back and pushing up. Yeah, it's starting to sell off here. You see a lot of sells around that $72.99 mark. More buys at the $71 mark, so it's definitely going to fight it around there. But you do see sells coming in at a higher rate. A lot of people putting in these limit orders. $72, you see it. See a sell off at $72, $72.50. You're gonna see that. Yeah, so there's a lot of give and take here. But you can see with the order book, it's definitely amazing to see that. What? I don't know what's going on here. All right. I had enough. Had enough of this guy or girl or whoever. It's the absolute lowest you think AMC will go. Yeah, iCactus. That's funny. Well, I blocked iCars from this chat because he or she or whoever that person is has always been rude in every case since I was at like 4,000 subscribers. So that's just how that person is. Shows up at random times and just says rude things. So uh, it's not something that's going to fly in this chat. I don't want that person disrespecting everybody. I don't want anybody to be disrespected. You know, I want everybody to be treated with respect. So that is, pulling back here. You're seeing pull it back quite a bit. From that $72 mark, and it's starting to really pull back to where I don't know why you would have these aggressive sell-offs unless a lot of people bought in at that higher tier. But most people that bought in at that or the lower tier, basically at $59, it's all the way down there. But most people bought in at the, or most people that actually bought in there probably sold off at this point. So I don't know what's going on here to see this massive sell-off here, but it's not looking good. Let's continue to look exactly what's going to happen. We have close to, 15 minutes. What is it? Around 18 minutes until the market opens. Yeah, I know. I don't know who that person is, but you got to treat people with respect. I mean, it makes no sense that iCars person I've seen, like, literally I tried to treat that person with respect multiple times, and in order to get respect you have to give respect, and it sucks. Like, I don't understand why that person is so upset at people, but that's what they live to do, I guess. It's funny that someone said iCactus. I was just, that's funny. Yeah, thank you for that. I don't like drama. Yes, I try to be ready. Yes. Um, Someone keeps throwing the comments with the same. I see you. I see you here. Just stop putting that CCIV. I'll go through it. That's what you want to see. So looking at this, I'm going to look at it as a 10,000, actually 100,000 foot view, and then probably just go into detail. So when was this? So in January, this is where it started to have that pop. It's pretty much stayed around that $9 mark with not a lot of movement. Let's look at this. It didn't really have a lot of movement, stayed between $9 and really $10, right? So then it had that initial pop, which I don't know what this pop was about. Had a little bit of a sell-off. It looks strong, especially holding at this $18 mark, and then had a larger increase. I don't know what for, because I don't know a lot of the detail behind it. But you are seeing a lot of increase here, which it is holding strong above that $19 mark. Still increasing. You do see a little bit of a W here, indicating that it is going to push up a bit. Mace, you see close to a double bottom here, but if you do an ascending double bottom here, you're going to see that price action increase as well. Now, the thing that you do see is that the pre-market has been down, but it has had a wide range candle bar if we're just looking at 2-hour time frames. But now if we look at one day in the pre-market, it looks like it did have an increase. You do see the 200 MA or 200 EMA over the 50 moving average, and it is starting to creep underneath it, which means that it may indicate that the price action increases. So definitely keep an eye out for it if you are interested in that. That would be my opinion. A number of children stomping upstairs and crying upstairs, so please don't like completely ignore them, but ignore them. Thank you for this. Appreciate that. Okay, you didn't attach anything, man. Sorry, I just need to quickly check something right now. I don't see any attachment. Okay. All right. I'm seeing. Okay. All right. So let me address these super chats. What does it mean for AMC? Stock conversion allows China's to sell AMC shares in retail friendly. What? Stock conversion allows China's Wanda to sell AMC shares amid the retail frenzy. I don't know what that means. Give me a second. Let's see if I have anything that I can look up here. Stock conversion allows China Wanda to sell AMC shares amid retail frenzy 8 hours ago. Major shareholders in AMC Entertainment Holdings conducting a sharing conversion to permit sales of stock in the cinema operating in target of recent Wall Street Bets retail frenzy. AMC is said in an exchange filing, Wanda America Entertainment Inc., a Wanda unit, converted a Class B common stock in AMC to Class A share on February 1st in order to permit sales of common stock. AMC said that the filing to the United States Securities and Exchange Commission on February 5th, the filing did not give details on the amount of stock converted to Class A shares or say whether Wanda sold any shares in AMC. Wanda did not immediately return a request for a comment. AMC shares touched 17.25 on February 1st, almost quadrupling the week earlier in social media platforms such as Reddit fueled frantic retail buying into heavily shorted stocks such as AMC and GameStop. AMC plunged 41% the next day. So you think this might be an issue to where they're actually selling the stock? That's definitely concerning. That's very concerning. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. That's crazy. I definitely need to read that into that a lot more. But what I'm getting from this is that China's Wanda Group is allowed to sell these shares. All of a sudden, it went from $17.25 down 41% the next day. That's crazy. I was looking up AMC information. I did not see that, and that came out 8 hours ago. So definitely look up that article here if you wanna check it out for yourself. I'll go ahead and put it in the description, right at the top of the description, just to look at that. There are a number of other things that you could look up there, but I'll add this to the top of the description. If you want to check that out, definitely go check that out. That's very interesting. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Wanda will tank AMC. It looks like it. Wanda wants $25 stock price. Well, why would they sell it if that's the case? But they're buying Class A shares. Recover my AMC losses. Wanda Group owns AMC China. They also waiting to short squeeze. You have a Discord? I don't have a Discord. Sorry. Can you afford one share of Bitcoin? Can anyone afford one share of Bitcoin? I mean, it's pretty high at this point. Can anybody afford any rapid losses? I know you can say that you can afford rapid increases, but yeah, we have 3,000 people in here, 1,800 likes. Please get this to 2,000 likes. BB is increasing, some people are saying. Let's look at BB right now. It is at 6%. It is moving up, but you do have a slight pullback here from $14.20 to $14.10. You have a couple of walls here at $14.20 to where you got a number of sell limit orders and $14.15. So you might see this pull back a little bit more. Yeah, from 15 down. Do you have any more? At 12, you have some that are up. 12, you have a lot more that came in. Wow. It's really coming down. So it's coming back, even though we did look at it and it's seen that it was going up. It's coming back at this point. Wanda wants the value there, bullish. Matt, opinion on Ford? I like Ford as a dividend play. What's going on with Ford though? Overall, they're up on Friday 19%. That's pretty good. They dropped down pretty significantly. But you know what? I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's F. Is it just Ford, or are you looking at? Sorry, which Ford are you looking at? Because I like them as a dividend play if that's the case, but I don't know which Ford you're looking at. Ford's That's funny. Oh man. Short interest 60%. What stock? I don't know what the short interest is. GME has short interest over 100%. You think they're still above 100%? I've heard something that they're at like, their short interest is at 50%, or 60%, I believe. But I want to see that it's still, because it was at 220%. Either way, it's pretty high. They still have to pay interest. Yeah, so if I had to give an opinion on Ford, I really like them as a dividend play, but you know, I would hold, I still hold them in other accounts. But a long-term option, if you're looking to just, I'm looking at them as a long-term option as a dividend play. You hold on to them with the growth that they would have. I held on to them at $9, and I think I'm still holding on to them. It might be in the Roth IRA, but it's continuing to go up. You do see a large increase. I don't believe that they're valued at, you know, a crazy high valuation, but I see them as a long-term play when it comes to the dividend. So you can make some money out of the short-term play if you wanted to play these increases, but mainly you're going to get a long-term play out of it, nothing more than that. And you, at these high prices, you might not even make money out of the long-term play, because I don't believe they're valued at a crazy valuation there. So do I believe they're going to be like a $20 stock? They could be, but I don't believe it will be, depending how long you want to hold it for. Oh, really? That's why they're up 32%. Okay, so then that makes it a different story. So maybe they will be a longer term play. Ford will be a long-term play. That could give you the dividends throughout, which you always want to hold a long-term play with dividends because you're gaining something out of it. The main purpose of holding a stock is to gain money from it, right? And if you can get value from that company throughout holding it, then it's definitely a great play. People that hold stocks with no dividend pay, that means that they need to gain a significant amount of money once they do sell it, which you can. I just think it's really tough to look at something that doesn't have a dividend. But yeah, this is definitely a long-term play. It looks good. GameStop still is up 10%. Check some emails here. Oops. Yeah, GameStop is up 10%. Any thoughts on Blackberry? Great show. Thank you. I appreciate that, Smitty fan. Blackberry right now is still up 6%. It did have quite a bit of a decrease from what I've seen. The fact that it was $28 and it did roll off, there are a lot of people that invested here and did pull back. So no matter what, you're going to have a lot of points to where people want to sell. So even if it does, you know, push back up to 16, 17, 18, 20, whatever, you're going to see a lot of pullbacks in between because there's a lot of people that invested that want to gain their money back. That's the same thing you're seeing with GME and AMC. No matter how much we increase, you're seeing a lot of people that want to get their money back just in case it doesn't come back from where it was. So right now, you know, it was great that we seen the 200 EMA for a long-term option below the 50 moving average. But at this point, you see it cross over, which means that it may level out, and you may see it crossover again, which will indicate an increase. Right now, you're seeing it hold steady around that $10 mark all the way through basically today, the $10 mark, through the $12 mark, which you do see a little bit of an increase. It continues to increase. On Friday, it looked really solid, gaining 9%, and right now it's up 6%, which is not a bad sign. It's just the fact that people are going to look at it and say, is this a point to where it's not going to return from? You know, point of no return here. But it increased through the day. Let's see exactly what it does today, and hopefully you can gain something out of it. At what point did you invest in? That's if you did invest, or if you're looking to get in, these low points will be the time to get in. Yes, the platform that I'm using is Webull. The link is in the description. You can get 2 free stocks if you sign up using my link and deposit $100. It's an amazing platform. What about fart? It's about to pop off. Or it's about to pop. That's funny. It's funny. Open, I did check open earlier. I must take our Bitcoin. Yeah, so it looks like the market's about to open soon. I want to make sure I'm 100% ready for all of this. But yeah, let me check some emails here, and then we can get into the price action, because I have things set up to where GME, if it hits 96, I'm out, because that's basically my profit target. I was supposed to have a small profit with GME. AMC I'm holding for basically to get to $20. That's my profit target on both of them, if you needed to know. So I decided to turn all of them into long-term plays. You played loose and dumb with your money. Define what you're talking about here. You said, and do at Matthew Perry so that I know it's you. And don't everybody do this at the same time. But yeah, let me know what you're talking about. You said I played loose and dumb with my money and I decided to turn them all into long-term plays. That's not the best idea in every situation. So I need to know what you're talking about when you bought in and what's considered dumb money, or a dumb decision. So we have 3,000 people in here. Get this over 2,000 likes. We're so close. We're about 105 away. So please hit that like button. Yes, if anybody's wondering, this is platform. This is platform. Oh man, this is platform. This platform is Webull. Why is that so funny? This platform is Webull. So if you use the link down in the description, you can get free stocks if you sign up and deposit $100, and then you can download this platform by going to the download section and selecting Webull for any type of thing, which is Windows or Mac or whatever. Oh, it's so funny. This is platform. If you're wondering what this is platform. Congrats on the success. Thank you. I appreciate that, Eddie. I really appreciate it. Sounds like you need coffee, my dude. Yeah, I mean, oh my goodness. What happened to Blackberry? I don't know. Holy. Is anybody seeing this? From $14, just dropped all the way down. Oh, I guess it's not all the way. It looks bigger because of the axis, but that's a huge drop. Let's see if it continues to go down. So the market is open. GME opened at 70. Oh, it opened at $72 and dropped down. So people are selling off, even though it opened at $72. See the buying power. We have a lot of buying power around $70, so it's going to resist around that. You do have a lot of buying power around $69.80. So that's a form of support there. $72 is a point to where a lot of people are going to sell off. Let's see if we can continue to push this up. $71, $70. So yeah, I don't think, let's see where we at. $70 is a point to where it's not going to, push by it. Wow, you have a lot of people selling off at 71. So many people. Look at the sell orders. Look at this. Can you see that up there? I hope you can see that. Let me see if I can shrink my screen the size of me. Oops. Move the wrong thing. So yeah, all of those sell orders right there. You're gonna see it. And move the size of me. You see all of these sell orders here. So it's really dropping down. You're seeing it really pull back. A lot of people that are selling, and I don't know where these sell orders are coming from, but a lot of people that are selling around that $73 mark, I guess, to cover losses. They can continue to do that. The price action is going to come back. I feel like we're going to see something big happen here. Look at that. It's coming back. That's definitely a good deal. And see what AMC is doing. AMC looks like it's decreasing a lot. Just like GME, you're seeing that same pullback. Look at this. Look at this. OCGN. Look at this. I called this out. Look at this. OCGN looks amazing. There's going to be a sell-off. There's going to be a sell-off. It's hitting a point to where it's well oversold or well overbought. Look at this. 83. Oh my goodness. Don't chase the stock here. Do not chase the stock. Do not chase the position. Just because I'm calling out doesn't mean that it's going to continue that way. But it's looking like it's continuing that way. It's continuing to be overbought. It's 88 on the scale there. That's crazy. Now it's starting to pull back a little bit. You see a lot of sell-offs at, you have that wall at 1080. But you do have quite a bit of buys at 1070. Wow. OCGN looks amazing, man. It looks amazing. Tell me that doesn't look good. You got into OCGN? Good, good, good. Hopefully you make some sort of a profit today. Hopefully you can get out before it does make that downturn. It looks like it's pulling back. Looks like it's pulling back. Hopefully some people can make a profit, but it is, pushing up. I think with all of this volatility in the first 30 minutes, look at that. GME is pushing back up. Remember, if it hits my price target, I'm going. Just for GME. AMC looks like it's taking its time. Wow, this looks really good. What's happening here? All right, so GME is back down to $68. OCGN came back. Hopefully some people got some good momentum out of it. This is the Webull platform, Matt Kern. If you're interested, has live price action. It's a really good platform. You can add a lot of indicators here. It's definitely a great platform. It's free. For this piece over here, the order book, you do have to pay extra, but it is free. It is a free platform. You can use my link down in the description to sign up if you want to. AMC is moving up at this point, but from where it opened, it's still down 2% basically. So we still need to see that push up from AMC, but we are seeing some great price movement from GME. We were seeing it, and now it's really pulling back. You see all of that movement. Look at that volatile movement. Look at that. Huge candlesticks. What's going on with Zom? Am I saying this right? I feel like it's Zom. Some people will say Zome, but it's not Zome because it would have an E at the end. But pronounce it however you want. If you were looking at it as a word, it's Zom because it's like .com, right? Anyways, it is pushing up a lot from where it opened, though. Where did it open? Opened at $2.26. Why is it saying it opened $2.26? It shouldn't be up 18%. 18% from where it closed, not from where it opened. GME is pushing up. It opened at $72.61. Let's see if we can get back up there. Hopefully we can. But yeah, hold. Yes, hold. Zombie game. That's funny. Hold Doge. All right. Why sell when it's going to $1? What? What are you talking about? It's gonna go to $1? Are you saying it's gonna go down? I'm confused. Oh, Doge. Oh, Doge. People are saying sell Doge. I was like, what are you talking about? Doge is a brick with a word in between that rhymes with ducking. Wow, this is looking good. We have 3,500 people in here. Please hit that like button. We got over 2,000 likes. That's amazing. But you look at GME and that is slowly decreasing. The amount that we were at $72 to where it started did decrease, and I expected it to have some sort of a sell-off because of the fact that it's up to a higher price. Where it closed out on Friday, it's at a higher price than that, and even at its low on Friday, it's at a way higher price. So people sold off. You have a lot of people selling off at the $67 mark. People that may be scared of what's going on. You have a lot of buys at the $66 mark, $67 mark as well. So you're going to see a lot of fighting back and forth. We have to wait till after this 30 minutes to get an understanding of exactly what's happening. Now, for me, I'm only going to be streaming until 10 o'clock. So hopefully, everybody keeps asking what software. This is Webull. I don't know where I can put this in order to. I want to get people interested in that. If they do have the question of what's the software, it's the Webull platform, Webull 4 platform. So if you go into Webull and you go to download, you can download that platform for free, and you get a lot of live action with a lot of indicators that you can use. OCGN is pushing back up. So if you did reinvest at this point, you are making a little bit of money here. That's definitely a good sign, a good thing. And from the beginning, you could see this just skyrocket. So it's been moving. OCGN is a mover. If you got in at this lower point, like all the way back here, before the market even open, if you got in here, you're making quite a bit of money right now on this. And there are people that got in right away and were able to drive this price up. Hopefully they sold at this higher point, because if they bought in at $9 and they sold at $10, then you're making a good amount of money there, depending how many shares you bought. Can you look at AMC order book? Yeah, let's look at the AMC order book. So for right now, AMC has a lot of orders going in at 642. A ton of orders going in at 642. I guess that's at its low. So a bunch of people are buying in at the lowest point possible, which is pushing the price up. But you do have it fighting back, which I don't know why it's not showing me where the sell orders are coming in. But you do have a lot of it fighting back at 651, 650, 653. But 642 is where it's really pushing from. You're not going to see it push past that 640 mark. Like, there's a lot of fight right down there, and it's not happening. I think that's going to be a form of support there. Let's add that horizontal line there. If it does push down and you see a lot of orders come in, then that's just completely fraudulent. Do you see GME to $200 plus? Eventually, right now, the way that it's trending, it's just so tricky to to say that it's going to get to $200, but we have to wait till tomorrow. The platform he is using is Webull. It's free. Yes, you're right. Use the link down in the description. Sign up. Get free stocks after you deposit $100. But it's tough to see. You know, you look at this and you say, let me quickly send this email. Okay, yeah, you look at this and I'm trying to see exactly like where the positive movement is, and we just need to wait for Tuesday. We need to wait for tomorrow to see what the short percentage comes back as. You know, if it comes back as still over, 100, then it's going to be a tell sign that that people are going to invest, and this is going to go to the moon yet again. Would you recommend buying into OCGN right now? OCGN is up 122% today. This is crazy. I would wait for another dip because it is creating this, but it does look like there's a lot of positivity behind it. I would have said you got in right away, and that's what everybody should have done, and it looks like a lot of people did do that, and the price is just skyrocketing. People are riding this thing to the moon, to tell you the truth. They are. It looks really good right now. Like even to a point to where it's suspended. Like it rose 122%. Man, do you want 122%? That is crazy. If you got in at that lower tier, you're making so much money from this. So, I applaud or give pats on the back to anybody. I wouldn't recommend getting in right now. It's still on the way up, but I do want to see a pullback before you actually get in there. But again, this is not financial advice. This is merely just my opinion. It looks like it's really good. It is suspended on Webull, yes. Your LY is up. Wait, TLRY. I got a note. Pretty happy. That's good. You got in at $9.33. That's amazing. Now, do you have an exit point, or are you looking to hold on for a long period of time? Because for me, if I seen this rapid growth, I always see that there's going to be rapid decrease. The problem with a lot of these other times, you do see a little bit of rapid growth, but it's slow decrease. So it's kind of going against the norm here. Now you do have a little bit of a rapid decrease here if you're going in the pre-market, but remember, this is not with the same volume during the day. During the day, you see something like this, rapid growth, rapid decrease. Hopefully that's the case, or hopefully that's not the case, and if you are holding on, then you're good. But if you sell now, nobody will hold it against you. Can you please check? Pull out of AMC. Did I pull out of AMC? I didn't pull out of AMC. No, I'm still in my AMC shares. I'm still holding it. It just dropped down below that 640 mark. There was a lot at 640. This strategically placed. They're trying to. I feel like if you looked at it as a strategic level when it comes to the hedge funds, wouldn't they be trying to pull as many people out as possible so that they can drive the price down and see what the actual short interest is, or cover as many shares as they can in order to drive down that short interest, even though the short interest will be based on, I believe it's January 29th or something, basically the end of January. I think that's right. Mavis, get in where you fit in. What's happening with Mavis? Wow, Mavis is going again. Mavis is moving up again. Really separating. Where's my 200 EMA? No, 200. My 200 EMA and my 50 MA. Let's go with the 15. Let's see how that price is very close to it. Yeah, so it's separating away. You can definitely see like there's a lot of positivity there. There's a lot of people that are getting interested in Mavis here too. Wow, it looks amazing. I definitely need to find a way to, I'm going to talk about Mavis and see what that point is. Aspid being reversed. What does this mean on ONCG? Don't know. That's a good question. In a reverse auction, the buyer puts in a request for a required good or service. Sellers then place a bid for the amount they're willing to pay for goods or service. At the end of the auction, the seller with the lowest amount wins. So putting in a reverse bid would mean that the seller with the lowest amount would win. So they would basically have a reverse. That's a reverse auction. I don't know what a reverse bid is. I've never heard of that, but I would imagine it's close to the same thing. A reverse bid basically meaning that you're bidding down the selling price, and then the lowest bid would win to pull that price down a lot more. That would be my definition of it. Let's add this to my watch list. Popular right now because Mavis is definitely growing. I want to go through this and see exactly what's going to happen throughout the day. After the day ends, that's where I want to give my opinion on everything that happened during today. So yeah, this looks really good. But let's go back to where we were at with AMC and GME because that's where a lot of people are in. Some people are saying pull out of AMC. I'm not pulling out of AMC. I'm still in here. I feel like they're trying to scare people out of their positions to get them there. But again, this is not financial advice. If you feel like you're losing a lot of money here, then please, make the right decision for you. It's not about, sticking it to the man at this point. It's about understanding what's the best situation for you. Don't just hold on to your positions and expect it, to skyrocket right away. People should sell Doge while they still can. AMC is dead. I really don't think AMC is dead. Is this reversing or not? What's the ticker symbol? I can put this up there, but is this reversing or not? It looks like it was pulling back a little bit if we're looking at this. I don't know if this is the right stock we're supposed to be looking at, but it is up 11% right now. And it does look like it is making a little bit of a move back, but it's not aggressive. So it's not something to where you can expect it to crazy pull back to this 200 EMA line from the 50 moving average line. So I wouldn't say that it's making a full reversal or pulling back. You do have a number of sells at the 1390 mark, which means that you're going to have a wall somewhere around there. But other than that, it looks pretty good. GME is only up 1% from where it closed Friday. It does not look good. And like I said, wow. OCGN is going absolutely crazy right now. This is ridiculous. Was it suspended again? Because it's not moving. $13.82. Oh my goodness. Whoever got in at $9, you're making a decent profit on that. Anybody get into OCGN? Anybody take my advice there? Well, it's not advice, not financial advice. No, nothing's financial advice. Never mind what I just said. Let's go back, rewind the tape. Anybody look at that and see the impact that it did have? I didn't expect this. I expected something of an increase depending, like looking at the trend. I didn't expect that. I mean, I definitely see a pullback coming. I don't know how big of a pullback, but we were clearly separated from the 200 moving average, and it's well far apart, which means that you're seeing a crazy price increase. I invested in BB at $10.14. What price should I sell at? What's BB at? It's at $13.82. Has it gone up? It's up compared to where it closed, but it's not up to where it, oh, it is up to where it opened. You make your decision. You have to have your own profit target. BB is definitely difficult because it doesn't really have squeeze potential, right? It doesn't have that much volume, many people that are buying as more people that are really selling, waiting for it to get back up to that price. So you are going to see a lot of pullback with BB. So whenever you feel like selling at, sell at. I can't really give you advice there. I shouldn't give you advice anywhere, and none of this is financial advice. So yeah. Well played. That's funny. Anyone take my non-advice? That's funny. You guys are funny. Oh man, that was hilarious. No, but it sucks that I can't continue. I'm gonna continue this stream for only 8 minutes, so hopefully we get some good action that happens here, and I will review what's going on. It looks like GME is definitely making a push here, but you are going to hit a couple of walls. You know, $67, 60, 67.30, I think it was. It's really moving. You have a lot of buys at 66, so you're going to have quite a bit of movement here. You see all the people that wanted to buy at the $63 mark, which is still up from where it closed, but we want to see it get back up to that $70 mark. You see the EMA, or you see the 200 EMA over the 15 moving average. You want to see that pull back and cross paths. That's what we want to see. And you see this solid movement here, solid buy movement. It's really good. We have 3,600 people in here. Please hit that like button. 2,180 likes. I would love to get it to 2,500 before I end this live stream. So yeah, if I do that, then I'll definitely live stream later today, no matter if we have a ton of information or a little bit of information to show you exactly what's going on with my shares. But yeah, if you wanted to see my shares, let me show this and bring this over here, because I know it's going to tell me that I need to log back in. Of course it did. So right now, today, I'm down $350, a lot more from on AMC. GME actually moved up quite a bit. Let's go ahead and show this over here. So GME actually moved up quite a bit. You're going to see that I have an increase of GME at basically $400, decrease of $751 for AMC, and I'm down about $6,000. So yeah, it's going to increase. We're going to see that AMC pop. AMC is definitely something that's killing me right now. GME is actually moving up, even though AMC doesn't really have too much movement. Today it is moving quite a bit, but it usually is kind of flat. We need that 200 EMA to push below that 15 moving average. But for GME, it's making a move back up, slowly coming back down, or actually quickly coming back down to 65. Probably going to push back at that $63 mark. Let's see where another movement is. Looks like we have something at 65. 65.50. 65.50 is definitely a point to where a lot of people are buying. I'm not saying that this is going to be a firm point, but it's definitely a point to where a lot of people are buying there. Will it push below it? Maybe, maybe not. AMC is dead. You think AMC is dead? Are you in AMC? Do you hold any positions in there? Yeah, AMC is flat. Yeah, I know what you mean. AMC is usually flat. Right now, it's not flat. And it looks worse than it actually is. I mean, because this price up here, it looks like it dropped, $5, but it dropped basically like 50 cents. So it's not something that's crazy. What are your target points for selling at GME and AMC? I'm selling my GME at 96. That's where I have my limit order set for. AMC is at the $20 mark. So that's definitely probably a long time from now. It is moving up a little bit right now, up to that 640 mark, but we have quite a bit of movement in order to get it above the $10 mark, at least all the way up to the $20 mark. So the good thing is, every dollar that it does move, I gain $1,600. Every dollar that does decrease, I lose $1,600. So you can see at the closer I get to this bottom point, the better my situation is. What's coming tomorrow on the 9th? It's the amount of shorted shares. We get the percentage of shorted shares here, which will give us a lot of information whether the price is going to increase, whether people are going to continue to buy. We have 3,400 people in here, 3,500 people basically. Please hit that like button, get it above 2,500 likes. Who's she? She's moving. Who's she? Seems like this pulled back, so a lot of people ended up selling off. Did anybody make a profit out of OCGN? Anybody look at OCGN and, you know, sold off there? Because obviously, like I said, with any rapid increase comes a rapid decrease, especially during market hours. All right, we have 3 minutes to this live stream, and then I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Can they fake the interest? This is not something that I want to think about. I'm pretty sure they can. I'm pretty sure they can buy into it and say, let me accidentally put the wrong interest number so that people sell off, and then come out and say, oh no, the interest amount was this amount. And that could be, I don't want to say that because I don't want to sit here and think that things are rigged all the time. You know, I want to think that people are being, you know, honest and transparent, but they keep showing me that they're not. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to think that. I really don't. So hopefully they don't show a weird number and people don't come out and say that these are fake numbers, because then we start to question a lot of stuff, and then we really don't know what to think when it comes to this stuff. Then a lot of people may sell off not knowing the fact that, you know, maybe they look at it and they say we have 0% shorted shares, which is sort of impossible, but still. But they can lie. I think so. I would say, I don't want to say no for sure, but I also don't want to say yes. We have to see. We have to really see what happens. Wait, who said that? Money involves no honesty. Yeah, I guess I can see that. It's all about greed, right? However they can make the most money. And if they do that, they can make the most money. So it sucks, but I just hope it's not true. I hope they can do things the right way, but the billionaires really control a lot of things. So it really depends. What we want to see is this price, you know, jump back up. I want to see it jump back up to 96 because that's where I want to sell to gain a $2,000 profit. So whatever, if AMC doesn't pop and we actually don't have good news there when it comes to this information, then, you know, the $5,000 can, you know, move to about $3,000 of a loss. Like I said, I'm comfortable with all of the AMC money that's in there. I'm not comfortable with including the extra GME money in there. So I want that to be a profit in some way, or in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, I thought with this news that we got here with the ad that we would get a lot more positivity. But I'm going to end this live stream. Thank you so much for watching now. But let me just quickly go through GME and AMC. So AMC is down 8% today. GME is down 0.28%. Actually up 0.28%. It's fluctuating. We're close, right? So we can expect something good. I'll make sure I do a live stream after I get done with all of my work and stuff. So I want to make sure that you guys profit as much as possible. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you got into OCGN and got out of OCGN because it looks like it's decreasing. But yeah, that's my video, guys. That's my stream. Make sure you check me out later. I'll put something up later and we can talk about this, how the day went. But that's it. Thank you. I have to go. I only stream for about 2 hours, two and a half hours, but I'll make sure to sum up the whole entire day. I don't want to walk you through every single step of the way and answer all these questions, but I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Definitely check out some of the videos that I'm